This is the latest vid in this short series. It's going to be titled The Brood Female. Nothing meant or intended for any legal purposes. History, education, fiction, nonfiction, opinion. Now, the brood females, for me, in my program, my family dog, were more important than the males. I mentioned it before, I'll do it again. Simple reasons are that they're the ones that carry the pups. They're the first influence. And the other reason is they can't have as many pups as a male. Now, I've often been asked, what's your criteria for females? You know, is it the same for females as it was for males? Basically, in the past, did you check your females like you did the males? Yes, most definitely. Now, there's an exception with game fowl. They don't do that because they don't fight the hens. Different animal. Those are fowl. These are mammals. And so, like the males, the females in the past would fight. So yeah, I checked them all. Now, how do I like my females bred? I'll use this distinction. When it comes to females, as far as inbreeding goes, as compared to males, I prefer inbred females over inbred males. Now, that isn't to say that inbred males haven't produced great dogs, or they can't be as good as an inbred female. It's just a personal preference. And it's along those same lines. If I'm going to have an inbred individual, because the female doesn't throw, and follow me on this, doesn't throw that many pups and is the first influence, why would I would want her to be inbred over a male. Now, the male being able to be bred to several different females over a lifetime, tons of pups, you'd think, which rightly so, people can think this and feel this way, that you'd rather have an inbred male, because if his traits are concentrated and he can pass them on, then he's more valuable in that respect. But again, I revert back to the numbers. Female can't throw as many pups as a male. So with her genes being concentrated, I want to capture her or those traits and genes as much as possible over an inbred male. That's just my preference. There's no science behind it. It's just for those reasons. And yes, I check my females. So with inbred dogs, you know, what I'm looking for are particular traits that individual has, that she has, that her family carries, that's common amongst her ancestors as it relates to her. So, meaning, I like my females rough and strong and durable and athletic, but not to the degree of, say, an outcross dog. Right? They don't have to be the hardest biters. They don't have to be the fastest dogs. They don't have to be the most most powerful or best wrestlers. Right? As long as they carry the traits that I like to a degree, doesn't have to be world class. I'm talking about inbred females. Then I'm okay with it. Right? Just for the simple fact that they're inbred. So I'm more concerned about their health, their constitution, their durability. Because again, they're brood females. They're the ones that carry the pups. So I want them to be healthy. I want them to throw healthy pups. And I can improve on their performance through the different ways that I breed them. A little different from a female, even though a lot of the criteria is the same, a lot of the standards are the same. Yeah, they got to be game. Yeah, they got to be fast and strong and tough and, you know, smart and good balance, all these different things. Just with inbred dogs, inbred females and inbred dogs too, it's not to a real high degree. Although you can get them at a high degree sometimes, and there are dogs throughout history, males and females, that were inbred, or very tightly bred, that were competition dogs, like Grand Champion Miss Rage, who's father-daughter bred. You know, or I forget the dog's name. He was a male. He was a champion or a grand champion, brindle dog, and he was brother-sister bred. You know, or you get the Champion Yellow John, you know, father-daughter bred. Tight bred Jeep dog, Havana Boys, Champion Budweiser, dogs like that. So that's not to say that you can't get high performance dogs being inbred. It's just that's not the expectation. It's nice to get it when you get it, and hopefully they can produce for you as well. But the same as with males, most of the females throughout history that were great producers were not inbred dogs. I think that's more on an individual scale, on an individual yard, in a particular family of dogs. You know, where you see these animals that produce within the yard, and then their offspring get to go out and perform and compete. So I'll just use some examples. Honey Bunch, not inbred. Boyle's Dirty Mary, not inbred. Trahan, Tudor, Carver, whatever, Black Widow, and Judy, not inbred. Let me see if I can think of some more. I just always mention those because those are my favorites, right? I don't have the list in front of me, but in my case, my sissy female, she was inbred, father-daughter G, through excellent dogs. Her almost full sister, as far as how it looks on paper, bred almost the same way, just the grandmothers were sisters, would be PB's Blondie, that was Champion Bill's dam, father-daughter Jeep, right? She produced Champion Bill, she produced Ronnie and Bonnie and Little Ivan and Jap and different dogs, Champion Knucklehead. Sissy produced Mr. Roddy, Clayton Blood, BJ, Percy, Charlie, Tommy, Blockhead. A lot of good dogs. But like I said, most of the females were not inbred throughout history. Although inbreeding is important, it's a great factor, method, technique. Inbreeding dogs, it can be mastered and necessary in our breed. With that being said, what I call a brood female is anything that I'm using in my program that I'm concentrating on. Any female. She could be inbred, she could be line bred, she could be line bred loose, she could be line bred tight, she could be outcrossed. Because females, again, the two examples, Honey Bunch and Boyle's Dirty Mary, were crossed dogs. They weren't inbred dogs. And I had some females like that where they had crosses in them, where they were line bred, like Lucy and Kay and Bambi. Even Miss Rowdy, Big Red's sister, was a three-way cross. Jeep, Miss Rage, Red Boy. So when I look for females being brood females, I don't care how they're bred, as long as they can produce consistently, and I use them in my brood pen extensively or concentrated on them, they're brood females. And some of the ways that I would go, again, I'm going to refer to my book. This is all in my book. With a female, you breed her one time, hopefully you get some. If you get one dog out of the breeding, at least you got something. So with a female, I would look to breed them at least 2 times to see if they can throw for you. Hopefully the first time you breed them, they'll throw good dogs for you. And like I said, even if you just get 1 dog out of that first breeding, they're worth trying to breed again to see if they can produce more. Because you don't get a lot of chances. You don't get a lot of breedings out of them. So you have to kind of maneuver your way through and know how to breed and which ones to concentrate on, which ones to make your brood females. But if you get more than a few good dogs the first time you breed her, she's probably, and this depends on the male of course, but she's probably going to throw pretty consistent for you. With females, a lot of times it's not hit and miss because there's only so many breedings you get out of them. So if you hit the first time and miss the second time, you're probably going to hit the third time because you're more conscious of which males you're going to breed them to. Where a male, a lot of times you breed them here, there, a lot of different females. People just want to try it, or you want to try it, or whatever. It's not that easy with females. And again, the best way to do it is a couple of techniques you can use. Is you can breed the female to find out if you know, say in a litter, which one's is the better producer. This is just one technique. You breed sisters to the same male. Hopefully they produce equally as well, and you can use them in your program. If you like one, the way she produces over her sister, you concentrate on that one. If you like both, you concentrate on both. If neither one of them throws bred to that same male, it could be the male. But again, that's not a good percentage. Also, another thing you can do with the female is breed her to 3 different males. And this takes time. Everything when it comes to breeding takes time. So again, you breed her to an inbred female, an inbred male, a line-bred male, and outcross male. With those 3 breedings, you're going to find out what type of producer she is. She's either a dud totally, she's average, or she's a good brood female. And she'll throw consistently for you, regardless of how the male is bred. Now, certain bloodlines line up better than others. Certain males throw better than others. Certain females throw better than others. But the point of family breeding or creating your own family is establishing first a foundation and then building on that foundation. And if you have a female that can throw consistently for you and you have a litter mate to her that does the same, you can incorporate both of them into your program. If you're starting out with one female, hopefully she can throw for you, and you can keep her in your program through subsequent breedings and via her offspring and progeny after that. But the brood females are so important that I put more importance on them than I did the male. And I've just explained why. So, a little bit on females. You guys take it how you want, and keep the comments coming. A lot of good stuff you guys are commenting on and asking questions. It shows me that you're involved and I'm doing something right. So thanks again for your support. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It helps the channel, and it makes me feel like we're more engaged that way. So once again, much appreciated.